So, George, here's a question. A random fact about you, not politics or school related. I saw a picture on your Facebook page of Telly Savalas, and I guess a member of your family. What's the connection?
Telly Savalas approached my father sometime in the 60s when my father first came here from Greece. My father used to play a instrument called a bouzouki. Bouzouki is a cross between a guitar and a banjo. It's 8-stringed instrument. My father played in a band, mostly in nightclubs. And when he came to Hollywood, a lot of the producers would go out and look for different types of music that they could score on the TV shows, so on and so forth, movies, etc. And one particular evening, Mr. Savalas and a producer were sitting in the nightclub my father was playing in, and Mr. Savalas looked over at his producer and says, "We need this music on a couple of our shows." So they approached my father and asked him to come to a studio in the next weeks or so and score some music for, I believe it was 6 different episodes. So that's how Mr. Savalas and my father are connected. That photo you see on Facebook shows Mr. Savalas in the middle. My father's on the far right. There's another individual just to the right of Mr. Savalas. I can't remember who that is. And then at the very end is Mr. Savalas' brother George, who also played on the TV show. So that's the connection. That's the photo. I have fond memories of when I first met him and the actual connection with Mr. Savalas and everything else.
That's pretty cool. For those who aren't familiar with Telly Savalas, he was a distinctive bald-headed actor, probably best known as Kojak, a 1970s cop show, and is also a movie actor. George, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, for example, to either receive more details about consolidation or to help in some way, how would they contact you?
The best way people can reach me is, there's a couple ways. gballis, G, B as in boy, A-L-L-I-S, gballis@gmail.com. That's my email. Or you can reach me through the Facebook page, Fix Norridge School District 80 on my Facebook page. Either way. Or my Facebook page itself, George Ballas.
Thank you, George, for the information, and I hope to hear more in the future.
Thanks for having me, Adam. Again, it was my pleasure to give some insight as to what consolidation is and how it would benefit our district. More to come on that, of course.
So, ladies and gentlemen of Norridge, if we want to do our part to get school district consolidation over the finish line, I would say our path forward is to get involved and insist that it happens. Since I recorded that interview with George, District 80 has announced at the August 20th school board meeting that District 234 approached 80's board president Sam Palazzo about consolidation, and the district board agreed to discuss it. If Districts 234 and 80 are going to start the conversation about consolidation, then we should do everything we can to encourage them to continue. If you're in District 79 Pinoy or District 86 Union Ridge and are interested in your schools joining the effort, go to a school board meeting and tell their leadership that they should pick up the phone, call the superintendents of Districts 80 and 234, and join the conversation about consolidation. District 79 is particularly egregious in this area. Last year, 79's tone-deaf leadership slapped residents with a $25 million property tax increase referendum. Voters brought it down decisively with 67% against. Yet, District 79's board has refused to even discuss school consolidation, with the ridiculous claim by its board president that it wouldn't save any money. A proposal by District 80 this year, simply to share a superintendent between the two districts, was also rebuffed. Pinoyer's leadership is running deficits, with their own monstrosity of a contract giving teachers 6% raises in each of the last 3 years of employment, otherwise known as pension spiking. And yet, every opportunity they have had to share costs has not been pursued. I suspect this is because they will be trying again for another tax increase attempt next year. Pinoyer was advised by Paul Hanley of George K. Bauman Company to wait until the high turnout presidential elections of 2020, because, he said, more tax increase supporting voters will be turning out. Although nothing is certain in politics, I find it unlikely that any new property tax increase attempt will be successful. Sounds like District 79 is another school district that needs regime change. I advise anyone in the Pinoyer area who wants to reduce operating costs of the school to consider running for the District 79 school board in April 2021. In the past election, and many others previously, candidates were uncontested, and in some cases even appointed. So I'll conclude by saying we can either move forward with consolidation or see our schools continue to slip into the financial abyss. We can either redraw the school districts ourselves or do nothing and let Springfield, meaning Chicago, redraw our school districts the way they want them and at the tax rates they decide. On behalf of George Ballas, I'm Adam Chudzik. Until next time.